Auto here. Just wanted to share with you episode 300 of Craft Roulette. Here's my process video. 300! Oh, I am so excited for Mary and the crew that we got to episode 300. The guest was May Helms. Purse card was the project. That's right, the dreaded purse card. I said, bring it on. I have been looking forward to this one. 1990s colors, jam on it. Outdoor critters, whoa. That threw for a loop, but you know what? I believe they had cute purses back in the day, especially for like kids, so going for it. And textile. It's a purse. They're made out of material. We're good to go. So, what is Craft Roulette? Well, I will give you some information. This link will be available down in the description box below. But as Mary says, it's the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge. Talk show, really, even if you will. And live almost every Friday night. Oh, that's right, baby. And if you can't watch it live, it's okay. Replay crew. I am often on that sometimes for Craft Roulette and sometimes for other lives. But when I watch a replay, I really try to leave a comment down below so that way they know that I stopped by. Purse card. Okay. I had this purse gift card holder from Current. That's right, the Chuck place from way back in the day. Well, I kept it because it's cute. I could recreate it. And there's slots here for the gift card. I liked the two-sided different paper. Here's the slots for the gift card down in here. And a fun little message. Well, I did my best to recreate one for funsies. This is one I'm going to submit as a bonus card real quick. Just want to talk about that. Tasteful Textile. It's in the name of the embossing folder. So check on the textile one. Now, I started going in to use my beautiful tulips, and I used some neon colored inks, and was using that to come up with this lovely, here's the back, here's the purse. Is it exact? No, probably not, but you know what? Mama will probably get this at some point. And Mother's Day, birthday, who knows? But there's that textile. I love the feel of this one. Some neon outline color. I started with a template, just a printer paper, and got it too into the decorating, so printer paper it is for the base. But I reinforced the handles and put some paper on it. Super thick. Here's the front. Here's my outdoor critter. So, yeah, it's a ladybug, so that might be a little stretchy pants, but, you know, ladybug going into the flowers. The vivid colors remind me of Lisa Frank type items, if some of my peeps know what that was from back in the day, the 80s and the 90s. I also did do the embossing folder on it. I read the instructions after the fact. It said to emboss first, then do the stencils. I did the stencils first, then the embossing. Silly me. So I did a little hook and loop action there, and it'll come on down. Now I put my gift card holder here. This is to represent the gift card space. Little fun racing stripe. Another ladybug. And waste not, want not. That was a piece I cut off from the back panel, but I stuck it here for funsies. I can stamp a message, write a message, all kinds of good stuff. So that will be my bonus card. For the actual submission, let's see, I got the ladybugs from here along with the gift card holder for that other purse. So, and because, you know, stamps of life, continuing with that, here's a quick template that basically we'll be making. What? Okay. Oop, yep. Apparently that goes to the side. So, stamps of life. I enjoy this company, and I'm going to use them for today. Here's my little outdoor critter for this purse. And that came from a paper pad from a card kit I had gotten previously, Remember When collection. I liked the little bear for outdoor critters. But the piece of paper I'm using for my purse is coming from this collection, the polka dots with the red chevron in the background. So I need to keep that close because I don't want to lose my bear. However, this purse template comes from a crafty friend. Her name is Linda Toman Creates. That's her YouTube channel. I will link that below, along with the purse tutorial video that she put out, probably about 10 months ago or so now. I had it in my list of, projects to do, and I'm finally going to start tackling that list this year. There's like 400 something videos in that list, maybe 500. I got to get on that and start, I save these things for a reason. Mini bow die from Stamps of Life creates the cutest little tiny bow. So this is made out of raffia. That old raffia from back in the day. Yeah, baby. So that's what we're going to use. That's also 1990s. I chose the brown to match the bear, which is very neutral in color. I'm using my rounded oblong oval nesting die set. I want the little purse clasp. Now this is poppy cardstock from the Stamps of Life as well. It's a pretty thicker one. So what I did was I cut it out and then I sprayed it with water. My handy dandy little water bottle. And that way I could shape it, and then when it dried, it pretty much stayed in that spot. I tried curling it with the scoring tool or the bone folder, and it was stiff, and I didn't want the crease lines in there if I could try to avoid that. So the water softened it up. Same thing with the handles, because this is pretty thick cardstock for some handles. I rounded the corners for funsies. Whether or not that'll be seen, we'll have to wait and see. But here we go. In case anybody's interested, Stamps of Life has various size bows. I just chose to use the tiniest one because it makes the cutest little bow you have ever seen. Now the biggest thing, I cut down my paper to 6x6 because Stamps of Life has just that little bit of extra margin on one of the tops. So I cut that down so it measures the 6x6. I have to basically decide which pattern I want as my front of the purse and the inside. I want the polka dots on the outside, so that's what I'm going to score with. Do I want my polka dots horizontal or vertical? I'm thinking vertical. My little bear with some polka dots. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're going to go with horizontal because that's what I started with first. Okay. So let's see, according to Linda, one side that you want is the front of your purse, because here would be the front and then it would wrap around this way. We want to score at 1 1/4. Ooh, right in the middle of that green line. Okay, scoring is important here on this one. You probably could wing it. However, I think you really want to train the paper well. And then we're scoring at 4 3/4. Ooh, would you look at that? It's right in the middle of the dots. Oh, you'd think I would have planned it. I didn't. Okay, so then we're going to rotate. So again, top of the purse, bottom of the purse. And now we're going to make like the gusset for like the inside. So that is scored at 2 1/2, and then also scored at 3 1/2. Okay, well that's basically it. And now we're going to fold and burnish. Let me do that real quick at you, and I'll come right back. Okay, got all the lines scored and burnished here. So pretty easy. Now this was probably the hardest part of this particular one, is this next step, because you do have to do it 4 times. Basically we're doing like little side gussets. Now on this side it's probably really hard to see, so let me get some pencil marks in here. Basically here was our scores. I know, very difficult. Maybe I should get a darker pen. But we're basically creating this line down here. So rather than measuring it, you take this score line here and fold it. I know, this is part so tricky, because you got to remember this is going to glue back over to here, so you kind of push it in. I know, push it in, score and burnish. So I did the one so I could know what I'm doing, because on my prototype, that part probably took me the longest. So let's try this side, knowing that this glues here, but I need this to go over here. Oh, that, okay. Thinking of it that way, I think made it a lot easier for my brain to comprehend. And you just probably want to line it up as best as one can. And then bone folder, I like the one with the tip more than the ball end, but sometimes you may need the ball end to get a tighter corner. And then swoop. This is probably a good project for your pattern papers that maybe aren't 110 pound. I'm not sure what Stamps of Life is, but it's a lighter cardstock, but not super light. Very well made, very colorful, so I quite like it. Okay, here we go. Half. There's part of our purse and a cute little boxy. Almost looks like a bed. Okay. No snoozing on the job. Let's finish this up. Okay. Try the trick. If we know this has got to be glued down here, we need to take this score line and move it over here. Okay, I think it's coming out okay. What you think? What you think? And according to the video, okay, now we're going to burnish that down. Linda said this would fit like a chapstick, a gift card. You can even put a cutesy little small baby card in there. I mean, baby card. Hello. I'm going to interrupt myself and say this was, I don't know, what, 2.5? 3. Okay, this was a 3-inch side, so I scored it 1.5 by, what size was this? 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 3, scored at the 1.5 mark. It will be a little card that will fit in here. I'm not going to do an envelope for this one like my crafty friend Reagan did. Oh, speaking of Reagan and Colorado, because I threw that in there. Did you catch the community showcase this past Saturday? It is available on replay. Colorado Crafty Pal Reagan was on there, as well as Carmen. I mean, half the guests were from Colorado. Totally loved that. And then you ended the wonderful afternoon, or early morning as it was for myself. No, it was probably early afternoon, just about lunchtime, with Justine and Carrie. Oh, two crafty, lovely ladies. I have not met any of these people in person yet, but through the wonderful technology that is the internet, I have gotten to discuss with them or comment on their videos. So, yay! Total fun, total fun. Okay, last fold, last fold, last fold. Ooh, we did it. Okay, yay. Okay, so it looks like a little, hey, how you doing? Okay, so then we're gonna fold it up. It's gonna look like that. Okay, see the purse coming together? All right, time to glue. According to Linda, you glue here. You could use tape if you're into tape, but I prefer the glue, and we're gonna go between the score lines. So this section here, right in here, gets glued. You don't necessarily want to glue those yet. So I'll do one, and then I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, got my glue. Gotta be careful down there because we don't want it to ooze out. And this time I am trying not to be too quick to glue. If you saw my error last time, oh my goodness. Silly, silly me. Okay, so we got one down. Let me complete the other 3. All right, y'all, I got that glued back. Now, if you wanted this to be more stable, I suppose you probably could glue these little corner pieces here. I am not going to at this time. Maybe upon gifting it, I will, but I like that for storage, I can keep it flat until I need to gift it away. With this paper, might I have inked the edges inside here? Yeah, I possibly could, but I did not. I think it'll be okay, as you can kind of see down in the box. Looks like a cute little Percy-Worsey. We are going to put these pieces on for part of the decorative borders. They are 1/2 inch by 3.5 inches. I got a little wonky with my trimmer. Wonky, but that's okay. Now, in the video, Linda had showed, she put them here. She put the handles on first and then this would cover it. I'm going to put my handles on top of this because I want to. So, you know, this is now the decorating part. Your functional purse pretty much done, right? So, oh, I got a little wonky donkey. So we'll put the little wonky down there. Okay. And whatever sticks out, you can, you know, sometimes trims on a purse hang over the side. You could tidy that up and just go whoop. Hey. So whoop, there it is. Okay, close enough for me. I think the recipient would really like this. I am wondering as well if one might be able to put some tea bags in here to gift. If so, that would be a great project. I have friends that like to make tea holders, so that's super awesome. Okay, so there we go. Let's get these handles glued on. I'm thinking about here and that way because they were a little tall. I didn't know if I wanted them quite as tall as what was in the original video, and I kind of liked them hanging down just a little bit. So I'm going to get those glued on along with my little teddy critter and come back with you at the decorated version. Okay, I'm back. I did a little bit of decorating. The handles were a little trickier to put on, I think because the cardstock I used was heavier. I'm thinking perhaps ribbon might be a little easier. I should have probably done something like that. Or a lesser weight cardstock, maybe even find some scraps of pattern paper. They were stiff, so they were hard to put on there, but here we go. I have a purse with a card. So purse card, check. 1990s colors. I think all these colors were around in the 90s. Primary colors, a lot of it, and that's always in fashion if one wants to go that direction. Outdoor critters, a bear. Yes, there have been bear spottings around even Colorado Springs here. Not so much this time of year. And textile. Paper, if one wants to count that. But I also have the raffia here for a fun texture as a bow. And not only were the handles, and I had to get a lot of the glue kind of away. As you can see, I messed up the back a little bit. The glue and the paper are pulling away from each other. So I'm going to have to see what I can try to finagle on that before gifting this away, because that looks not so good. The clasp here, I just glued down straight on this side. However, on this side, to keep it nice and closed, I did add a hook and loop dot. These were ones I had gotten at the dollar store. You know, nothing fancy. I like to put the part I'm lifting up as the fuzzy side and the harder side down on the actual surface that I'd be pulling away from. Personal preference. And there we go. So check, 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 check. My cute little purse, but with that one, and then my bonus submission of this one. Thank you, Linda Toman, for this particular idea. I quite love it. Let's see here. We can put a chapstick. We got our card in there. Chapstick fits. I know a gift card will fit in there as well. So I bet some tea bags would also fit in here too. So yippee skippy. And this one, thank you to Current for the idea that I pretty much cased. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions about the products that I use, the projects that I made, or even if you just want to say hi. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye!